Are the women of the Penguin written well? Welcome to another episode of Can They Write Women? A segment where we analyze and dissect media that includes women and determine whether or not they're written well. Today we are discussing The Penguin. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. Quickly, I would like to flex that when I had a conversation with the showrunner Lauren LaFranc, we discussed how The Penguin actually does not pass the Bechdel test. The main antagonist, Sofia, does interact with two other women who do have names, but because the show is The Penguin, every conversation that she does have with a woman, he is the focal point of it. And even with that caveat, Lauren was able to flesh out these women outside of their relationship with the titular character. What she did instead was highlight womanhood in different ways. Sofia, who we were introduced to as a deranged serial killer who incited fear into mobsters, turned out to be way more interesting, while highlighting clues that we already saw. Yes, she does end up being a mass murderer. It's after she tries to play the patriarchy game and is penalized for it. Best part about the reveal that she was not the murderer we thought she was, and that she was taking the fall for her father, was the fact that we saw clues of her father doing those murders in the prequel. By prequels, I mean the Batman film. And even though the Penguin is the title character, he ends up being a fan favorite and someone that we want to root for. It's not because the Penguin is written terribly, because she's written so well. We also see different aspects of womanhood through the character Eve, sex worker who serves as a provider for her community in a place where women don't have many options. And unfortunately, because this is a villain origin story, none of the women get a happy ending. In this moment at the end where we see Eve working for Oz, playing out his Oedipal fantasy, understand one, she has no options here, but two, she got her lick back. Oz doesn't even know. Finally, we get to explore womanhood, particularly in Gen X, through the Penguin's mother, Frances. This was a pretty in-depth look on how misogyny plays a part in women's lives and how women are integral in upholding that structure. She's not just a feeble old woman that needed to be taken care of by her son. It was his main motivator. He manipulated and molded this murderer because she understood what he was, internalized that, and then decided what she wanted to do with this monster. She tamed this beast while seemingly loving him unconditionally, even when she hated him. We saw her go toe-to-toe with Sofia, making her speechless. Comic books have historically relegated women to be trophies, victims, or just motivation for male characters. Lauren LaFranc and her team made sure to highlight how dynamic women are, and that even when the men consider us those things, we are more than that. For that, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 5 out of 5 Frankie Flowers.